Okay, this is a little tutorial about how to use GarageBand. So I've opened GarageBand up and we're going to start a new composition. So we're going to first of all press Create Song, okay? And that brings you up with these different options. It's all different kinds of instruments and things. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to be making some space music. So the best way to do that is using keyboard. Okay, so we're going to open up the keyboard here. Now, the first thing we need to do is actually to sort of play with the sounds. So on here you can see there's a keyboard at the bottom, and there's different sounds. There's different sounds, and there's different sort of these black things in the middle where it says dark, bright, resonant, etc. They show you the different sort of timbres that you can have of each sound. Now, to choose a sound, we need to click on this top oblong underneath the play button where at the moment it says Lunar Pools. So you click on that, and you can see at the side we've got different types of sounds. So there's pads, rhythmic, sound effects, soundscapes, organs, mallets. And for this tutorial, we're just going to start with pads, okay, where we are already. And I've chosen this Lunar Pools because it's quite an interesting sound. So when you've chosen the one you want, you click Done, and that's Lunar Pools. Now, for this space music, we're going to actually restrict the notes we can use so that we make a kind of spacey kind of sound. Now, can you see above the piano keyboard, one of the oblongs, one of the buttons is called Scale. Now we're going to click on that, and we're going to choose Mixolydian Scale. And that actually restricts the notes we've got. So if I just, I'm just going to go back to glissando here, which is just ordinary notes. If I show you the notes we've got. Okay, so it's not all the notes that you would usually have. Some of them have been taken away, but it gives a sort of quite ethereal sound. Now, we can have so that the notes are played on their own, which is glissando. I'm just going to choose bright, so I'm going to change the timbre slightly. Okay, so that's glissando. If we press on this again, scroll enables you to go lower or higher. Okay. Now we'll go back to the middle, and we're going to choose this pitch, and I'll show you what that does. So when you do that, you can slide your finger to slide the pitch, which I think is very spacey. Okay. Right, what I would like you to do now is on your iPads to open up GarageBand, do Create New, select the oblong at the top which has the name of the sound in it, and choose Pads, Lunar Pools, so you've got the same one as this, and I want you to have an experiment with it, okay? I also want you to choose the Mixolydian Scale. So where it says scales above the keyboard, I want you to choose Mixolydian so that you've not got all the notes on the piano, you've only got some of them to make this slightly spacey feel, okay? So try the different pads at the top, the different timbres, okay? Try these sliders here, see what they do. You can try anything on here, you can try all of the different buttons and just have a really good experiment with it. So I'm going to stop here and give you some time to do that. Okay, now that you've had some time to experiment with your Lunar Pools sound, I'm going to show you how to record. Now, it records, the iPad GarageBand records in 8 bars. So that's 8 lots of 4. And it's actually got a metronome that counts those 8 bars of 4 for you. And that means that it's not going on forever. It's just a short snippet of sound. And you'll actually have several you might want to repeat the sort of sounds you're using. I think it's easier for me to just demonstrate, okay? So to record a sound, we need to always make sure we're back at the beginning. So we press the back to the beginning button at the top, which is a triangle with a line next to it. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, just in case I wasn't at the beginning to start off with. And then we're going to press the red button and have a go at recording something. Okay, so I recorded that. The metronome was counting while I was doing it so that I could keep myself in time, and I actually just played the same few notes twice. To have a look at that on the arranger, we need to swap from the keyboard to the arranger. And at the top left of the iPad screen, you can see something that has a sort of little lines on it. Don't know how else to describe it, and that's the arranger. So if we click on that, the little lines, you can see here it takes us to the arranger, and we've got an icon of the keyboard on the left hand side, and then we've got our lunar pulls. I'm just going to slide out the keyboard so that you can change the volume there by moving this slider around. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning, which I press the return button, which is the triangle with a line, and I'm going to have a listen to it. So I'm going to press the triangle play button. Now that metronome's annoying me, so I'm going to take that out. So I'm going to press the metronome, that blue triangle. I think that sounds quite spacey. And when we just listen to it, it will just keep going in a loop. Okay, you can make it louder or quieter with the volume. There's it louder. Okay, a bit quieter. I'll just stop it. So we've recorded one line of sound, one track on our composition now. And I think we need to put another track on. So to put another track on, can you see at the bottom left-hand corner there's a plus sign? You need to click that plus sign. Okay, and it's asking you what instrument do you want to use. I want to use the keyboard again. Okay, so this is where I'm going to record another sound. Now, I've had a pad, which is like a chord. So I'm going to click on where it says lunar pulls at the moment because I'm going to choose something different. And I think I'm going to go for a sound effect. So I'm going to click on sound effects. I've got some sound effects on my iPad that you won't have because we've imported like a bunch of sounds into ours called transition effects. So we'll ignore them because you haven't got them. But if I'm gonna go down here and I'm going to look for some. You can listen to them as you're going. So you can listen to digital rainfall. It's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, so that's digital rainfall. Let's see, which one am I going to have? There's a good spacecraft one there. Let's listen to that. That's quite good. Oh, I'm going to go for transform flare, so I'll just choose that one. I'll show you what that one sounds like. That's really weird, isn't it? And all these make slightly different versions. Okay, what I want you to do now is play with sound effects. So have a play with transform flare and see if you can think of a track that you would like to go that will accompany your other track. Now, while you're doing that, if you press play at the top, you can hear your other track and play over it just to experiment. So I'm going to do that just to show you. I'll press play. There's my other track. Okay, so have a go. Press play so that you can hear your other track. Have a mess about with transform flare and see if you can come up with something that you feel might be a good one to go over the top of the lunar, whatever it was that we had before. Off you go. Okay, so once you've had a play with that, you might feel that you're ready to record the next track to go over the top of the other one. So for that, we need to go back to the beginning, and we need to press the record button again, so that we can record our new track. So I'm just going to show you. Okay, so we're going to have a look at that in the arranger now. So we press the arranger button, which is that one with the little lines on the top left. Here we are back on the arranger, and we can see we've got our two tracks there. We've got Lunar Pools and the Transform Flare.